Alright, why did we need Jesus? I'm trying to think about it as I'm going because I already know what I want to say, but I'm trying not to leave nothing out. Alright, you fast forward. What you got to start Adam. He created the whole thing of where sin came into the world. Now, Eve ate the apple, but God did not come and say this immediately. It was only when both of them did it. Not that a man has more authority or nothing like that. It's just like it's two halves of a whole. I'm not gonna say if it would have been did backwards, it would have been different or not different. I'm not gonna do that. But it's two halves of a whole. That's the real point. All right, then you fast way, always they could never really repay that debt. You surely die. We all surely die from God's actual divinity, from the actual breath of life. When we hit this world, we start doing and acting. We come from people that do this. So it was problem. But on top of that, there was another problem. It was all like priests and stuff like that. They was going defective just like they are now. They was going defective then. So God basically, oh man, that's a long one. Saying Jesus Yahshua HaMashiach is the easiest way. I'm just doing that because that lasts so long. Alright, he comes down here, but everybody think he's gonna be king. So they want to lift him up, and he's like, no, I don't want to be lifted up. Matter of fact, he's running from the people as they praising him and trying to give him the love. He's leaving and going to different cities and doing the same thing all over and over again while talking to the synagogues and telling them about themselves. And yeah, they wanted to kill him multiple times. But he would always just get away, vanish in the crowd. And it said that they feared the multitude. I forget how much multitude is, but I think it's somewhere up in at least 1,000 people. So yeah, you might not want to smoke with 1,000 people. So that's what they were saying. But the ultimate thing was he had to die. You know this because when he went to God, he was trying to get out of it. This was the man in him, I think. He was trying to get out. He was like, Lord, if it be that way, if I basically what he was saying is, if it any way I can get out, God just doesn't even talk to him. Gangstified. He's like, you already know what is up. So then after that, it's a whole story. He came back like 3 times and woke these niggas up. He was like, why y'all ain't praying for a nigga? But then it lead there, he already knew what had to be done. He didn't want nobody to be killed in his behalf, so he went in and became the actual sacrifice that they was doing throughout the years. The only thing it was by Romans. So God was like, I'll take that blood back to myself. Straight up, and Jesus paid everybody's sins. And it wasn't because they wanted him, dude. It was the Jews that had him advocated for his death. They didn't kill him. They just advocated for his death. And then when you start getting into actual, like, reading it, it's a dude named Barber Jesus. How is it going to be a dude named Barber Jesus close to your name? And have a spinoff of another person named Life named Jesus. Barber's Jesus had the same name. He was the person that was spared that day by the Roman. I could see somebody having the same name, but the coincidence is wow. You gotta think about it. Jesus had been healing people for years. It's possible. Doesn't exactly say how old he was. Barbecue. But they're like, I don't think they can touch certain parts of it. That's why they changed the name. They changed the book and then changed it to Jesus. And I believe Jesus' name had power, but I believe Yahshua HaMashiach is who they are talking about. It's not Jesus. Jesus is way too new. It's not the same God. Jesus is just the best way to get you to understand the person that we're talking about. There's no J's. They didn't even have J's. So then you gotta go back to Jehovah, all this stuff. Yeah, English language is motherfucker. They rename everything. They change the time. So you can't never see. This is why nobody don't know. It's not no because God said it, but it had to be a reason. So this is the reason. They change all the times all around the world. Like you think you in 20 whatever. But these people been keeping the time. You just wake up to the time. When you come out of your mama womb, hey, and you don't even know what time it is then. It's night and it's day, nigga. That's all you know. Motherfuckers say about conspiracy theories, but man, if you put all your cars on that one thing, bro, you can expect some shit like this to happen. And I'm telling you, people are brainwashed. People do not love it. People, see, this is what I'm saying. You ever wonder why God be saying the stuff he be saying? It's fundamental, bro. He be saying stuff like people don't really love each other because they don't. What is the greatest love a friend could ever do? And that's a friend. I'ma try. For real, you would at least try. The greatest thing you could do is lay down your life, but people are not trying to do that unless you right with the Lord for real. It's way more fear than you ever thought. Why? Because either you it wouldn't make no difference. You fear death because of the devil, or you fear death because of God. Either one will do. If you don't feel like God will accept you, then that's just the same as the devil. And people fear it. You gotta try not to fear it. I try not to fear it, but don't think people don't fear it. I'll be one to die, be like, not yet, God, is you ready? You can't fear that. I think I'm finna have a little problem with this thing. But it's not that I fear death. I fear not being right with God. And I think that's what most people fear when they fear death. And most people haven't been encouraged either, because right is right and wrong is wrong. We can just walk past a motherfucker, beat the motherfucker ass. Why? Because it ain't enough of us, and we ain't trying to put ourselves on the line. So ain't enough of us to stop these motherfuckers. I talk about heroes, but they are rare. And you just got the women believe more in cops and stuff like that. Look at what they're doing.